Let's take a look at Avalanche. Oh, by the way, I've been uploading update videos on this new channel, Optionzilla. So if you haven't subscribed, I would encourage you to go subscribe and turn notification on, because most likely if you don't see update video for your favorite cryptos at VietMaxim, very likely it will be on Optionzilla. This is the daily chart for AVAX, and the data I have is to 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on October the 12th. After spike up and established an all-time high at 79.50, AVAX started this retracement. Right now, AVAX is trading at $53 or down almost 4%. And the retracement is already at about 61.8%. It's very severe. So now the question we all like to find out is, has AVAX found bottom as part of this retracement? When will it start to stabilize and reverse in price? Let's take a look at AVAX on this 4-hour chart. After AVAX found double bottom at 8.70, ran up, retrace, then spike up again to about 73, swing down, ran up again, established its all-time high at almost $80, retrace, swing back up again, but the minute it hit about $73, it retraced. And then after that, now we see this continuous retracement. AVAX has formed this very bearish head and shoulder pattern. This is the left shoulder. This is the head. And here what we have is the right shoulder. And this is the neckline. The price broke down around the first week in October and confirmed this head and shoulder pattern. Technically, a breakdown from this head and shoulder pattern could potentially cause Avalanche to drop all the way down to about the $44. Another thing that's concerning is after the price broke down, bounce up, the minute it ran up and retested this prior high, it got rejected. So now this price line at around $65 became a very strong resistance. And then the price continued to retrace. The minute it bounced up and retested this prior high at around 60, it got rejected again. What's happening now is AVAX broke down below this critical support line, and now those two lines become strong resistance. So there's no doubt AVAX has a lot of work to do in order to cross over this major resistance. One of the bright side is right around the $50 range. As you can see, it took AVAX a long time to be able to cross over this $50 range. So this should provide a very strong support for Avalanche. Hopefully, AVAX can find enough support and bounce off that line. Because a breakdown, then we are looking at the possibility for AVAX to retrace all the way to the low 40s. Let's take a look at AVAX on a 5-minute chart so that we can see how the price would behave within the next few days. As you can see, the price broke down below the neckline of the right shoulder. And when it was trending down, it was very much following this downward channel. And yesterday, the price dropped, bounced up. So for the past couple of days, it was trending and creating this small falling wedge. Early this morning, the price broke out of this falling wedge. So in the short term, within the next 24-48 hours, we definitely is going to see some sort of a price relief. AVAX should be able to run up and retest this prior high at around the $59 or even $60, where it would also be testing the resistance of this downward channel. Switch back to the daily chart. The chart is definitely looking bearish. The 10 days moving average is trending down, and it's just another few days before it would likely cross over and lag below the 50-day, and that's definitely is not a good sign. Here is our head and shoulder pattern. Price already broke down the neckline and confirmed this bearish pattern. However, in the short term, look at the stochastic oscillator. There is this crossover where the blue line just crossed over and is leading the red line. This is an indication that in the short term, AVAX would likely trend higher. So there is a high probability that AVAX within the next 2 or 3 days would continue to run up and retest the resistance of this downward channel as well as the 50 days moving average. Given the fact the chart is still looking very bearish, there is a very high probability that it would get rejected right at the 50 days moving average and the price would continue to retrace. The best case scenario I see is the minute AVAX retrace and retest the $50 range, it would find support at that level, stabilize, and then starting to bounce up. The key price for us to look at is when AVAX can trade over the 50 days moving average and stabilize over that. The minute it does that, then there's a very good chance that it could continue this reversal in price. The worst case scenario is when AVAX retrace and the price break down, then we're looking at it continue to retrace until it hit our target price of about $44 as part of the breakdown of this very bearish head and shoulder. There is nothing wrong with AVAX. AVAX is still the same great project. It's just that it ran up so much. And now we are seeing people taking profit, so they are driving the price down. The minute AVAX find bottom, it will stabilize and trend up again. So just hang tight. That's it for this video. And don't forget to click that like button and reward me with a like if you appreciate the content that I'm presenting. Also, if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button and subscribe. And make sure you turn notification on. And if you have Twitter, make sure you follow me at VietMaxim because I provide constant update on all of our favorite cryptos.